Of course, there was that horrifying boat scene that traumatized us all as kids. They actually were supposed to have so many other scenes on that boat. Included things like a chicken's head getting cut off, but they just had to like cut that from the movie.
Is the Grizzly Reaper mowing?
I swear in that scene he's foreshadowing and he's just like, y'all are gonna die, I'm taking y'all to hell. Then we get our second victim, Violet. Takes the kids into this experimental candy room and he's like, this is the best candy you'll ever try.
The most amazing, fabulous, sensational.
Really hypes it up in front of all these children. Obviously they're kids, they lack impulse control. Violet takes the candy and he's like,
Don't.
not a care in the world. You know that he was trying to tempt them on purpose. After she starts turning into a massive blueberry, she has to get taken down to the other floor to be juiced. He goes, oh, this happens every time. They always end up as blueberries, so he knew exactly what was gonna happen.
Always goes wrong when we come to the dessert.
And we end up at Veruca's death. Whenever she jumps on the scale and is determined to be a bad egg. My question is that how is a tunnel that is supposed to be fit for only eggs big enough for a small child? It just feels like one of those things that's a little bit on purpose.
He was a bad egg.
So the entire place is essentially this booby-trapped death factory. And lastly, there's my TV who turns himself into a smaller size and gets stuck using Wonka vision. More people have theorized that this is how he makes kids smaller to use them for candy. Even at the end of the Tim Burton movie, which seems a little bit less motivated by just sociopathic reasons, more of like a daddy issues guy, he still has like permanently altered all these kids' bodies. On top of this, there's like a whole missing chapter in the original Wonka book called Spotty Powder. Instead of being tempted to try it, this dad and daughter end up actually just breaking the entire machine. Very offended that this candy can make it look like kids are sick so they can be absent from school. He's accused of actually grinding up their bodies and using it in the powder. And he's like, of course, that's what gives it its flavor. Obviously, you never really know if Willy Wonka is telling the truth or not. You might be wondering, oh, why did he let Charlie and his grandpa go? Well, Charlie is really just a poor boy and he needed someone to pin all these things on. He gets not only the factory, but also all the bodies within it. After looking at the new trailer, I feel like Willy Wonka does seem a little bit too happy and it could easily be a horror movie. However, it is a prequel, so we might be getting a villain origin story.
The danger must be growing.